Teach me to.
Why do you think he asks us to do things instead of tells us to do them?
That's a really important question. I know there's kind of simple answers. Why does God ask instead of tell? Well, because he wants us to make our own choices, obviously. But, it's something deeper because he wants us to choose for ourselves so that he can watch us become more like him. But also he wants us to become gods, like him. To do that, we have to make our own decisions, and that's why he asks us instead of tells us. It's like a loving parent. A loving parent who is doing their job correctly isn't going to force decisions on their children, because those children will never learn anything from the experience.
And there comes a time where they have to choose for themselves, and if it's forced, they may not necessarily make the choices their parents hope they would.
Right, and that's actually something I'm glad you pointed that out, because God can't ever really force us. Like in our youth, as we are now, our parents have a lot of sway over what our lives look like, and they can kind of, they can control us to some degree. And God doesn't really have that, which makes it all the harder for us to choose him at any stage in our lives. And that just makes it all the more important for us to follow his guidelines.
Always to walk in the fire.